Good morning, children. Sunday asshole consulting. Questions, answers, blah, blah, blah. One of these days, I'm going to learn to do an intro. Hell, would you consider a Clarey test on your views of Jeff Epstein? Was Bill Clinton involved? Is Ghislaine Maxwell just as bad? I have no idea what's going on with that stuff. None. I unplugged from news quite some time ago, and I don't know what the deal is or why or what. And I said, for me to research all that's going to be a lot of money. And I said, do you want me just to do a Clarey test on Jeff Epstein? He says, yeah, okay, so that's a lot cheaper. So let's take a look. Jeff Epstein. I'm just going to assume no, I would not want to have a beer with him, and no, he shouldn't run for office. Born 53, American financier and convicted sex offender. He began his professional life as a teacher. We care about the future. We are the future. We're going to fuck the future. But then switched to banking and finance sectors at various. Wow, the two most vile for-profit, I guess, well, teaching is nonprofit. But two of the most, aside from politics and actual, nonprofit, what's the word? The lobbyist work. Those are the two worst fields, banking and teaching. Working at Bear Stearns until a bunch of douchebags like him made bad bets on the housing market and went bankrupt. Oh, no, I didn't say that. That was editorial. Before owning his own firm, he developed an elite social circle and procured many women, including underage girls who were then sexually abused by Epstein and some of his contacts. Now, is that true? Do we know? In 2005, police in Palm Beach, Florida began investigating Epstein after a parent complained he had sexually abused her 14-year-old daughter. Epstein pleaded guilty. Okay, all right, I guess it did happen then. Was convicted in 2008 by Florida State Court, procuring an underage girl for prostitution and of soliciting a prostitute. He served almost 13 months in custody, both extensive work release. He was convicted of only these two crimes as part of a controversial plea deal. Federal officials had identified 36 girls, some as young as 14 years old, whom Epstein had allegedly sexually abused. Epstein was arrested again in 2019 on federal charges for sex trafficking of minors in Florida and New York. He died in his jail cell August 10th, 2019, so that was about a month. Medical examiner ruled the death a suicide. Lawyers disputed the ruling and been significant public skepticism about the true cause of his death. Judge dismissed all criminal charges. Epstein's had a decades-long association with Ghislaine Maxwell. Faced persistent allegations of procuring and sexually trafficking underage girls for Epstein, which led to her arrest in July 2nd, 2020. Epstein also maintained a years-long friendship with Prince Andrew, Duke of York, who resigned for royal duties over his ties to Epstein. All right, early life. I'm going to guess he came from money because he's going to be a teacher. Aerial view of Epstein's childhood neighborhood of Seagate, Brooklyn. Oh, maybe he didn't come from wealth. To Jewish parents, Pauline and Seymour. Parents were married in 1952, shortly before his birth. Pauline worked as a school aide, was a homemaker. Seymour Epstein worked in the New York City Department of Peck as a groundskeeper and gardener. All right, well, he didn't come from wealth. Working class neighborhood of Seagate, Coney Island, Brooklyn. Okay, so there's a point out again. It's at public schools. National Music Camp at the Interlochen Center for the Arts. You also know who wanted to become an artist? Hitler. Just saying. Began playing the piano, high school at 16. He graduated from high school at the age of 16. Later, attended County Cooper Union, changed college, attended the Corn Institute of Mathematical Sciences, but left without receiving a degree in June of 1974. Physics and mathematics. So he majored in the right thing. Maybe he played around with art, but he did end up going into math. Now, notice this. Without a degree, he was allowed to teach. Is that a foreign concept, guys? He didn't have a license. He didn't have a degree. Like back in the days, you millennials all just want to get your college degrees. Then you wonder why employers require college degrees to do the most basic things. Because you had to have the college experience. Taught, served as headmaster, Southern Community Recruitments, blah, blah, blah. Offered a job at Bear Stearns, floor trader. He's got that 80s hair douchebag look. So he's got real world working, as much as I dislike investment banking. Financial management. Made a bid to acquire New York Magazine, start his own thing. Hedge funds. A lot of money is really startup headquarters. Okay. So I guess he worked till he was dead. But once again, it shows the Clarey test is not the end all be all. It doesn't catch. There's no pedophile question here. So what is his score? He didn't come from wealth. He didn't major in stupid stuff. He worked a real job and then he died. So I guess he gets a perfect score. Do I want to have a beer with him? No. No, I really don't. Should he run for office? No. And he can't because he's dead now. So there we go. What, really? A super chat already? Darius, hey man, what's going on? 10 generous dollars. Can you please do a separate Clarey test on Herman Cain? He recently passed. If you need more. Yeah, Darius, email. I know this sounds anal retentive on my part. Just email me the requests. Super chats are one thing. Hey, Clarey, blah, blah, blah. Do you like blue or red? But for Clarey tests and all that other, email it. Yeah, let's call it another $15. Clarey tests are 25 a piece. Nonstop Dre, $2. Teacher to dude, bro. Yeah, I know. Like my two most loathed and hated quote professions. All right, I got to get a couple things in here before I go for a nice long walk because the sun isn't out. It's nice and well, it's trying to make its way out. I got to go for a walk before it gets too hot. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.